this week it's going to be an important moment in time, an important moment in history. As the world, you know, when it comes to the actual world, when it comes to all these things that are happening globally, I mean, this week is going to be like a huge major indeed, because there are a few things that are going to happen, and this is going to be absolutely unbelievable. There are lots of people that are going to be completely surprised with what is actually going to be happening this week, but there is a certain decision that is just going to be rushed to make, and that decision is going to be rushed to make. It's only because the beginning of this week is going to start in a very interesting and in a very bizarre way indeed. When I say in very interesting and very bizarre way indeed, is because the energies are going to be absolutely brilliant. People are going to feel like a very re-energized from the beginning of this week. This is going to be a really important week indeed. But the bottom line is that here, this week, in between the 17th and the 23rd of June, we are going to have like a really powerful situation that is just going to be absolutely, literally mind-blowing. Something is going to happen. But this particular thing that is going to happen is going to be like a really huge, really massive, really absolutely enormous, and it's going to affect everybody on a global scale indeed, like every single person. But then again, that particular situation, it's also going to be like a domino. That particular situation that is going to happen is just going to surprise people. Some people are not going to be surprised, but the bottom line is that we are going to need to be able, or people, certain people are going to need, the world is going to need to kind of respond to this straight away, and this is going to be the moment, and this is going to be the time that is just going to be so important, that is literally going to be something that is going to be like historious. Literally, this is going to be an important week when it comes to the actual history, and because the certain judgment, the certain idea, the certain realization is just going to come forward, and that realization, that idea, that particular thing that is going to come out of it, stem out of it, is just basically going to become the huge massive part of it. But at the same time, it's just going to become absolutely fantastic brand new beginning, because that situation that is going to happen, that is going to kind of surprise lots of people, that is going to kind of surprise a lot of people, it's also going to be needed kind of to like be dealt with. This is the bottom line. It's going to need to be dealt with, and the way it's going to be dealt with is just going to kind of give to people like a really beautiful focus, and it's going to make people realize something really important and something really significant. The intruders. We are going to have like a really spiritual intruders that are very negative, that are very low, and that are very bad. And there is more than one. The spiritual intruders that are having a very strong energy at the moment. They're very low. They're very dark. I'm saying dark is the actual energy. And these people have got like, they're around the things they shouldn't be around. They're around the people that shouldn't be around. They're doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They're making things they shouldn't be making. We as the people, we as the humanity, as I said in my previous video, we are all one. We do things to help each other. We do things to make each other happy. We do things to we do things to make our individual and our spiritual journeys together the best as the possibly we can do. We learn from each other. We do things for each other, but we also learn from each other. Sometimes people are very low. Sometimes people are very bad. Sometimes people are very negative, and this bad, this low, these negative people are just those people that are being picked on, those people that are being picked out, and those people that are picked out now, they have been picked out already. They have been picked out already, and you know what I mean, and you know what am I talking about. And these people are just causing lots of problems. These people are causing lots of mayhem. They're very low. They're very negative, and they're very bad, and that this is affecting the whole world. This is the clouding the whole world. This is affecting the whole world to the point that lots of people are becoming a little bit anxious, and lots of people are becoming a little bit depressed without even realizing this at the moment. And the reason why this is because just wherever you look, whatever you do is just like kind of like all negative. This is all part of this negativity. This is all part of this wrong direction. This is all part of the strange energy just to be there in order to confuse the humanity, in order to confuse us. We must not stay confused. We must stay on our path. We have to keep on doing things that we know that they're good, that they know that they're making us feel optimistic. We have to keep on doing things that, like also like helping ourselves, on our own spiritual journey, but also, like together with other people, you just see the goodness in people. We are, as I said, we are karmically all connected. We are all connected with our spiritual journey, and this is it, you see. And sometimes when people are just like haven't got a balance whatsoever, it is very easy to kind of like use them and kind of like put them in a certain positions or in a certain places, and then these particular people are just causing lots of problems, causing lots of negativity, and causing lots of mayhem to other people. I'm saying this because certain people are going to there is going to be this Wheel of Fortune moment that we are going to have, and this Wheel of Fortune moment is also going to be connected to so much to number 13. Number 13, it's also going to let us know that there is another thing that is going to happen through this Wheel of Fortune, through this situation, that is just going to kind of surprise people as well. So there's a lot going to be happening this week indeed, but the people will kind of start getting together, people will kind of come together, and people will kind of see that the humanity, it just did go really close to the certain point where it shouldn't go. So now it's on us, now it's on people to have our eyes open, to stay true to ourselves, to avoid any negativity, and just to stay positive and do good things, and just keep on being you, keep on being yourselves, and do not let this dark cloud to darken up your vision, to darken up your energy, to darken up your balance, to darken up your vibration. This is exactly what these people do, and they do unfortunately have a very strong power of negativity, very strong power of this low vibration that can be powerful on its own, and it can do so much, you see. And this is why lots of people fall for this nonsense. Lots of people fall for this negativity because it just confuses them, this energy. And then on another hand, they are using people that are very vulnerable. They're using people that are really angry. They're using people that are really not having a great energy. And then this not really nice, nasty energy by these people come forward, and then it just gives us some kind of option or some kind of radiance to these other people to look forward to. But it's all wrong, and it's all fake, and it's all evil, and it's all low, and it's all really, really bad. People are also going to realize that it was so close for things to actually start getting really, really bad, or starting really negative. And this is just a really huge and massive turning point, and also this is just going to affect the whole world. I can't even explain how important this week is going to be, because the whole world is going to start making a kind of getting a different sense. The whole world is just going to have that little bit of security. The whole world is just going to be able to feel this particular energy, and this particular energy is just going to bring us all closer together. We will be able to feel this, we will be able to sense this, because this is the week of changes. This is the week of changes, when the people are going to start waking up, when the people are going to start realize what really is happening. And by the time we get to the end of that week, and I'm still talking about this week in between the 17th and 23rd of June, by the time we get to the end of this week, especially in between the 22nd and 23rd, there is going to be a massive, huge turning point. And this is going to be the moment, that this is going to be the time when the world is going to feel like the world is getting closer together. The world is kind of starting to kind of feel the same picture, to get the same picture. And also on another hand, very important time, because it's just going to be very optimistic, and also the huge, massive problem is just going to start resolving itself. It is going to take time. We're all going to realize this as a world, that it is going to take time, but the most important thing is that there is a hope. Thank God. Of course there is a hope. People have been put under test. The humanity has been put under a certain test, and this has been going on for almost like the last 10 years. And this particular test that humanity has been put on by bad people, it's actually coming to an end now, and it is going to be a good end, and it is going to be surprised and this is the fight in between evil and good. The evil is going to be surprised and the good is going to win, and this is going to be so significant. It is not just going to be like completely, oh yeah, the good is going to win. No, as I said, it's the beginning of an unfoldment, but the most importantly, that there is a hope. Most importantly, this is going to be the new beginning. Most importantly, this is going to be the new start. As I said, people just need this. People need to wake up. People need to lots of people are awake, but it's just about this particular realization. People are awake, but people are like, like some of them are like, too many chemtrails above, it's just affecting people in so many ways as well. Too much fluoride in the water. It's just all sorts of things are happening that affect people in a certain ways. It affects people concentration, and they know this. But the bottom line is the energy of the world is going to get closer together. Once the energy of the world gets closer together, this is also going to kind of create a really powerful energetic field. And this is what am I talking about. The whole point of my conversation is that there is going to be a massive energetic field that we are going to be creating, and especially in between the 22nd and the 23rd of June 2019. And that particular energy field is just going to make everything strong, everything powerful, everything crystal clear indeed. And it is going to be our huge, massive, absolutely enormous beginning, because we will be able to see things, we will be able to sense things, we will be able to kind of see the picture from kind of exactly the same angle. A huge humanity is going to be awake. This is going to be awakening of a humanity, awakening of the people, and that particular energy field that we are going to all kind of create in between the 22nd and the 23rd of June. It is going to bring us all together. It is going to make us to think in exactly the same way. It is going to open up our eyes, and also it's going to make us feel really optimistic, and that optimistic energy is what we've been missing. It's the optimistic energy that we have been missing, and the optimistic energy is just so powerful. It's absolutely ridiculous. Every single energy is powerful in its way, of course, but when it comes to the actual optimism and when it comes to the actual optimistic energy, this is just something that is absolutely mind-blowing. And as more people get together, the more powerful this energy is. This is why my saying, so you have 10 people, let's say, like creating the same energy, thinking about the same thing, focusing on the same thing, that's just so powerful, so powerful, so powerful. Now you just imagine like the people of the world, the sane people of the world, normal people of the world, the beautiful people around the world who have been scared, who have been paranoid, who have been a little bit like scared of the situation. Now you imagine how powerful and how strong this energy is going to be, how strong this vibration is going to be, and that is going to create something absolutely mind-blowing. In between the 22nd and the 23rd of June 2019, it is going to be absolutely mind-blowing time, and this is going to be the moment, this is going to be the time when people around the world are going to get together and see and realize, and this is going to be the beginning of a powerful creation, realization, and a whole new perspective. And that perspective is going to come truly through our own optimism, and without us even realizing. Our subconscious mind is going to be all around the place. We're all going to be super psychic. Our third psychic eye is going to be super enhanced. But this time, this is about the world. This is about all of us. This is about the new beginning, and also, most importantly, the solution. This is going to be a really beautiful start of an unfoldment, and you will see exactly what I mean. Time for people to get together, time for the people to actually do something, and time for the people to actually have a huge, massive starting point, and that starting point is just going to become the whole new invocation. And also we will realize the harmony is just going to be absolutely super powerful, and this week is just going to bring us our own blessings, and it's all going to come in the form of a whole new promise. And that promise is going to be the new energy, that promise is going to be the new power, that promise is going to be something really huge. If there was ever any time for people to actually come together, to get together as the energy wise, and all on the same level, this is just going to be so strong, and it's going to bounce back, and it's going to reflect on us in so many different ways. It is going to be the beginning of something really important, beginning of something really new, beginning of the whole new adventure, especially when it comes to the whole world, and especially when it comes to the actual massive beginning. absolutely fantastic, and you will see exactly what I mean. Really, 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 really exciting time. Really exciting time. I don't even know what to say anymore, but this is going to be brilliant, and it is going to reflect on us in a beautiful, beautiful way, where we are going to feel the radiance, feel the power, feel the energy, and we're all going to be able to kind of sense this energy in a slightly different way. But most importantly, people around the world are going to be connected to this energy field, and that is just going to bring so much. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your weekly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's from the 17th until the 23rd of June 2019. So it's from the 17th until the 23rd of June 2019, and I'm going to start with the horoscope sign of Aries, Aries, Aries. Now, I wouldn't start anything new. I wouldn't start anything significant. This is going to be the great week to think about things. You had a similar week not that long ago, and I find this really, really interesting because sometimes, you know, when we're having a week like this, when we are not able, it wouldn't be the best time to actually start something new. Also, but at the same time, we are part of the slightly different dimension, and that particular dimension that we are actually part of brings us so much to think about, so much to kind of get hold on to, and many different ideas. Because what is going to happen, it's just to basically be very open-minded, do as much as you can, go out as much as you can, and try to socialize as many people as you can, because there is someone very special that you are going to meet. A certain person is going to become very powerful and significant part of your spiritual journey, and that particular person is also going to kind of motivate you. So pay attention to what is motivating you this week and who is motivating you this week, because this person is just going to be somebody who is just going to have absolutely fantastic reflection on you, and it's going to make you feel so good. And those parts of your life that you don't understand and that you can't get just yet, why do you do it and why is it happening to you, for some reason this is going to make sense to this person. Ooh la la, someone very special is coming along. Okay, on another hand, you know, you will also, from the beginning of this week, you will not definitely feel like you want to spend all your time at home, or you will not feel like you want to spend the time in like one place. You're gonna have so much energy, you will have so much power, and you will really want to kind of like do things that have been bothering you for a really long time. This is also seems to be the week when you're going to be kind of focusing on those things that you don't see many improvements, and also there's it's just all about the part of the lives that are boring you, the part of the lives that are boring you. And this is also going to be an important time, because when it comes to the actual spiritual completion and the spiritual beginning, this is an important time, because karmically the certain spiritual journey is coming to an end, and this is so important because the new spiritual journey is starting, and that's why you are going to kind of start feeling bored with certain stages of your life, certain areas of your life. And this is very important to pay attention to this, because your spirituality and your spirit guides are trying to let you know, will try to let you know, just watch for the things that fall off, and watch for the little flowers that move and things like that, watch for the little feathers, you know. Your spiritual guides are going to kind of come in touch with you, and they're also going to try to let you know and try to kind of put your attention towards the certain new stage in your life, towards a certain new beginning in your life. And that particular thing is also going to start at one morning, really early morning. You will need to kind of pay attention to what is on your mind, what is on your mind. This is going to be one of your spirit guides trying to make sure that you know that the new stage of your life is about to unfold, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. On another hand, this is going to be the week when you're going to realize that there is a certain change, edit you're going to need to make, and it's all about you doing like basically readjustment, which is going to be really important, but it's connected with a certain sacrifice. And that's first you're going to do the sacrifice realization, and then there's going to be like a readjustment, and that is going to be the time of regeneration and the time of rebirth, and it's going to be so good for you because it's It's all like going to feel like the beginning of the whole new adventure. There's a beautiful optimism that you are going to have, and also the big change, the home. At home, you will have a big change, and the change is going to be good, and the change is going to be amazing, and the change is going to make you feel really good. And it's also going to be somebody who is the part of your spiritual journey, who is maybe part of your family, or maybe like your partner, somebody who is actually going to have a really like, they will do something for you, they will do something good, and you will realize this, and you will like kind of upset with them, and they did something previously, and that person is going to come through forward, they will do something nice, and you will realize this, and that is going to put a smile on your face, and you will realize you need to heal, you need to forgive, and you need to forget. There is going to be a moment that is going to come back, moment is going to bounce back, when somebody is going to cross your path, and you, all I need to say to you, all I want to say to you is just like forgive and forget, and this is going to be so important, because remember what I said, karmically this is going to be very strong week, karmically this is going to be very powerful week, and if you forgive and forget, there is the powerful healing that is going to come through, and once that healing comes forward, it's just going to be so significant, because there is a certain situation going to start unfolding for you right in front of your very own eyes, and this is going to surprise you, but it's going to be good, because it's just going to give you the control over the situation, and especially when it comes to the certain confidence that was affected, this is going to be absolutely fantastic new starting point. Okay. What else I was going to say, when it comes to your health, it's very important that you take antioxidants this week, and antioxidants are obviously vitamin A, C, and E. So important, because it's something that you're going to really benefit from like quite a lot. So you take this the whole week, and as long as it's natural, it will be fantastic. And also chamomile is going to be fantastic for you, because it's going to help you to get rid of the toxins, and especially when it comes to your stomach, and especially when it comes to your digestion. So organic chamomile tea, if you can drink throughout this week, and take vitamins A, C, and E. If you take vitamins A, C, and E, make sure that they're completely natural, without any horrible ingredients or anything like that, okay? And also, if you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant or if you are breastfeeding, please check with your doctor, check with your GP if you can take these vitamins A, C, and E, because only your doctor, your GP can actually tell you if you can take this. On another hand, you can find lots of food that is actually rich in vitamin A, C, and E. Okay, what else I was going to say is, like, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just like your partner is going to get an important information. The information that your partner is going to have, is going to get, it's important not to kind of rush into anything with it. Step away from the situation, look at the situation from a different angle, and if your partner is rushed into making a certain decision, please just let them know not to rush, step away from the situation, because you are going to get the sacred information, like especially if you just go away, you just spend one night, sleep, and then just go and respond to the situation, then it's going to be something completely different. Do not rush into any decision. On another hand, your partner is going to surprise you this week, and the way your partner is going to surprise you is going to be really good, because you're going to realize how gifted and how powerful your partner is. So you're going to learn something new about your partner, but it's actually going to be quite good. For those of you that are single and ready to mingle, ooh la la, there's going to be someone very, very special that you are going to meet this week. Somebody very significant that you are going to meet this week. And I like it because this person is going to make you feel really good. This person is going to make you feel really optimistic. And it's just going to give you great determination. It's just going to be perfect person, because on one hand, it's going to make you feel really good about yourself. It's going to give you lots of confidence. And on another hand, it's just going to motivate you in so many different ways. Most certainly, I know that you will be kind of wondering whether you should go for this person or not, and most certainly I would say yes. There is someone very special that you're going to meet, someone very smart, very clever, very sharp, but very soft at the same time. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is Taurus, Taurus, Taurus. You will see an idea. You will see something this week, and it's going to give you an amazing idea. You're going to see something, and it's going to born, the whole new passion is going to be born. Absolutely brilliant. I like it because now that in itself, it's also going to kind of explain certain timing. You will realize why certain things have taken a long time to unfold unfold and develop. On another hand, watch for this particular person that's going to come through, your friend, somebody who you really know you really well. Somebody's going to tell you something that's going to be a wonderful idea. Don't forget it. Just write it down, because there is going to be a moment where you will be able to kind of like just forget about this idea really quickly. So please, if you get an idea from a certain person that you really like, a friend of yours, somebody who's really good influence for you, just write it down. On another hand, what else I was going to say is just like a basically you will see something as well when it comes to the actual omen. You will see something to do with a bird, something to do with a certain passion. Bird and passion, bird and passion. Just watch for the bird and see when you see the bird and see what you're passionate about, what passion you were thinking about, and that particular bird is going to have a direct answer on the certain passion. And also it is going to be very important because it's going to help you to have the beginning of the certain adventure. It's going to help you in such a way where you're going to start feeling very enthusiastic and you're going to start feeling very optimistic. But especially when it comes to your home, and especially when it comes to the certain changes you've been waiting for, you were hoping for, and it just hasn't been happening. So there is going to be like a really big change that you are going to have, but this is not going to be something that is going to happen this week, like all of it, but it's just going to be the beginning, you see, the beginning. And also it's going to come through as a message, an important message you're going to have this week, and that message is also going to kind of give you an idea, and the certain application and certain studies just also going to become evident. Any option or any realization this week that you can actually learn something, you read about something, please go for it, because that is going to be your spiritual key. That is going to be an important moment. Please, please, please see whatever pops out, especially this week, that you feel like kind of connected to in such a way, in such a sense where you want to learn about it. You will realize that this in itself is going to be your own wake-up call, because your angels and your spirit guides are going to kind of try to so much to direct you towards something really important. And that is just going to be so significant, because you are going to realize something really powerful about yourself, something really powerful about your skill, but also it's going to require from you to react in a certain way, and your reaction is going to be absolutely brilliant. You need to be brave, you need to be brave, you need to be brave. And I can see that most certainly this is going to be the week of the perfection. This is going to be the week of recognition and honor, and not only you're going to feel really good about yourself, but other people around you are just going to feel and so proud of you. This is going to be so good for you. There is a certain worry and loss that you are going to have, and that particular certain worry and loss that you're going to have is also actually going to be really good for you, because you know at the end of the day the certain issue and certain problem is going to come to an end. A certain spiritual journey came to an end, and it's just going to come and it's going to let you know that it was so close to the certain worry and the certain loss that you recently had. Now the certain loss that you recently had is just going to be so good for you, because that in itself is just going to activate your transition, activate your change, and you will want to really look at the things from a slightly different angle. You will want to look at the things differently, because you will end up, you will have so many options this week. But it's important for you to realize this, and once you do this, you create this powerful energy, and that in itself bounce back in such a beautiful and lovely reflection when it comes to you having a focus towards an unfoldment that you wouldn't normally notice. It's so important, because it's going to make you feel so happy. You will have this crazy opportunity, like really good opportunity to do something really massive this week. And what you're going to do is going to be huge. What you're going to do is going to be significant, not only for you, but for the generations to come. Okay? The whole family is going to have a joy. The whole family is going to have like an excitement because of that particular thing, and because of the particular decision that you've actually made, and you did. Absolutely brilliant. Okay? When it comes to those of you that are actually wondering about the health, it's the calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. You need calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D, because your bones are going to be very sensitive and your muscles are going to be quite sensitive this week. So that's why I need you to take like a calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. And also it's very important, if you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, you need to check with your doctor, you need to check with your GP whether you can take this. Make sure if you take this product is like natural, without any horrible chemicals, nasty ingredients and things like that. It's just so important. And also, so it's a calcium, magnesium and vitamin D, and also vegetable juice. Vegetable juice is just so important to have. Like if you can make your own, it would be fantastic, but if you can't, if you take a vegetable juice, if you drink a vegetable juice throughout the week, it's going to be so significant for you, and it's going to help you a lot with your digestion, and it's just something that is going to be really good for your vibration and energy. And also it's a vegetable juice, if you could have like with lots of like a beta carotene, lots of carrots in, because your eyes are also going to be like a little bit sensitive this week as well. Okay, when it comes to the actual for those of you that are in relationship, it's just like, wow, I like it, because this week is going to be really enthusiastic. This week is going to give you really fantastic initiative, something to look forward to. There is something that's going to happen that is going to surprise both of you, but it's an accomplishment. It's something that your partner was focusing on, something that your partner wanted to happen. So there's going to be an amazing accomplishment that you will see is going to happen through your partner, but of course both of you are going to like benefit from it like there is no tomorrow. Absolutely fantastic. I quite like it. Okay, for those of you that are actually, sorry, I've got like my cat's hair. It's the time when they're molting a lot. Okay, so basically, it's for those of you that are actually single. For those of you that are single, there is also going to be a materialistic gain that you're going to get. I like it because it's just going to make you feel really good, and it's also going to kind of it's going to make you feel really good about yourself, and it's going to give you an option. After that moment, there is a whole new option that is going to become available, and that option that is going to become available after that moment, after that point, it's going to start bringing someone very special in your life. Somebody very spiritual, it's going to come through. Somebody very spiritual, it's going to come forward. But it's not a person that you would be able to tell and straight away that they're spiritual. It's somebody who's spiritual, somebody who is like a business orientated, but at the same time it's very spiritual indeed. So that person is just going to come in like some kind of a suit maybe, or something like that. And sometimes people just go by that particular energy. You see, it's like sometimes it's like masked behind the suit, but once you feel this energy, once you get this energy, it just takes you to a whole different level, to a whole different plane, you see. And that is going to be the beginning of you meeting, kind of being around this person. You're not going to meet this person straight away, but that person is going to share the same circles with you. So this is going to be the beginning, and this is going to be the start. Okay, so basically the bottom line is there is going to be someone very special that is going to be the part of your spiritual journey, but it's not going to have direct connection with you or contact with you this week, but it is going to be the part with the same surroundings. Someone very, very smart, very clever indeed. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be the gorgeous, beautiful Gemini. Now Gemini, there is an important realization that you are going to have. This is how your week is going to start. You're going to feel so proud of yourself, of your achievement, but also you're going to feel really proud of somebody else, somebody who's very close to you, has done really well, and this is also going to make you feel really good about yourself. And this is how your week is going to start. On another hand, it is just basically an amazing advice that you are going to have. The advice that you are going to have is going to be from the person that you think very, very highly of, and it's also going to make you realize something about a certain vigilance. It's going to make you realize that you need to be a little bit more vigilant with a certain stage of a certain area of your life. Somewhere where you thought that maybe you shouldn't be vigilant, but somewhere basically also that is holding a little secret. Little secret is like a hidden from you, and you're going to find this secret that is hidden from you through your own vigilance. But this is going to come through some kind of message, a realization, and then the advice from this particular person. Absolutely fantastic. And that is just going to kind of make you also want more out of life, and at the same time your intuition is going to be very strong. Your intuition is going to be very powerful, and that in itself is just going to become the whole new hope for you. You're going to realize something, and that realization is also at the same time going to become really beautiful vision about yourself, beautiful vision about your family, beautiful vision about your success, and beautiful vision about your future. And you will also need to realize surprise, there is going to be a readjustment that you're going to need to make. Readjustment that you're going to need to make, not only because of yourself, but also because of the people that you love, people in your family, people around you. You know, you need to make sure not to be selfish. I'm not saying you've been selfish, but I'm just saying that maybe just make sure that you're not focusing on kind of one side of your life without realizing what's going on around you. I'm not saying you're not realizing, but when it happens by the end of this week, you will see exactly what I mean, because the bottom line is, my babies, you know what, this is huge week, this is a massive week, and this is the week of the begin. This week is the beginning of something really important, but especially when it comes to your own success. Yes, you are going to realize, like, wow, your own success is going to become a huge option, and that option that you're going to have, it's also going to make you feel really good materialistically. You know, you're going to find yourself being in a really great advantage, you know, and that in itself is just going to make you realize well-being, you know, it's fantastic. And also it is all about a certain victory. You know, there is a wish that is going to come through, wish that is going to come forward, and it's not going to happen straight away this week, but it's going to be the massive, huge, powerful beginning, you know, powerful beginning. But on another hand, you will be able to chill out and you will be able to relax here a little bit, especially 3 huge problems are going to come to an end. On another hand, massive beginning of something really important is going to happen here. Whatever you start here, like, oh my Lord, whatever you start here this week, it's going to be absolutely huge. It's going to go far, much further than you would normally do, because the energy is just going to be extra fertile indeed. So whatever you start this week, okay, I will tell you, okay, whatever you start this week, March 2020, it's going to be the second stage, the second realization, the actual biggest stage of this, the biggest impact of this is going to be in March 2020. So it's like that's right, yeah, and so important because it's the beginning of something really big, okay? And also, let me just tell you something that on another hand, you just need to remember to be very generous. You just need to remember to forgive and forget. Also, it's so important karmically for you as well to not to hold on to any negativities, especially when you're going through the situations like this. But also, most importantly, your lucky number is going to be number 11. It's a highly powerful number, highly angelic number. It's also every single time when you see the double numbers this week, every single time when you see the numbers repeating 22, 33, 11, so important to think about exactly what you were thinking about, and these numbers are going to make sense. These numbers are going to be powerful, not only when it comes to the actual meaning, what 22 means, what 33 means. No, it's not as much as about that. What is going to give you perspective is what you were thinking around at the time, what you were thinking around at the time. Your spiritual guides and your angels will kind of like want to make sure that you understand that this is an important thinking. So just pay attention to your thinking and pay attention to synchronicity around you, especially this week. When it comes to the actual health, I just need you to kind of like, I did say that your energy is just going to be really good. Your energy is going to be really significant, but it is going to kind of drain you a little bit, and it is going to be like a drain to the certain point that where you just need to kind of do like a little bit of readjustment with a certain vitamin C, which is really, really powerful when it comes to our tiredness, when it comes to us feeling drained, when we are just a little bit out of balance. You see, vitamin C, it's not only like for like a cold flu and things like that, but it's absolutely brilliant when it comes to healing, but it's also absolutely brilliant when we feel exhausted. I highly suggest you to get Camu Camu. It's called Camu Camu. It's the strongest source of vitamin C. Please do not take a fake vitamin C. Do not take vitamin C that is not natural. Just remember, the vitamin C and ascorbic acid is not the same thing. You see, it's just so important to say this. When you go for the vitamin C, try to go for the natural vitamin C, which is like a Camu Camu. Is the natural form of vitamin C. So you get it from a plant, so you get it from a fruit, you know, and things like that. This is like a fruit from Amazon, camu, and it's so important, and it's so strong, and it's so powerful. So when I say that you should get like a vitamin C, go for camu, or go for cherry acerola powder, which is camu. It's like two different like fruits basically, you see. So camu would be the strongest natural source of vitamin C, which gives you way over 1000 milligrams per just 1 teaspoon. It does taste a little bit weird, it does taste a little bit bizarre. You take just 1 little teaspoon a day, you know, in the morning with a little bit of orange juice, with a little bit of cherry juice. I take it with the cherry juice because it's quite sour, organic cherry juice, but it's just that the taste is very strong. Unfortunately, it's like a little bit like a nutmeg. Is a nutmeg like a really bitter, sadly. So that's where you take maybe like you know, 1 teaspoon, but just mix it up with like some kind of like a juice, you see. Acerola cherry powder would be the second option, similar to this. Camu, you spell C-A-M-U, camu. It's fantastic. But if you find this quite strong, then acerola cherry powder is not as strong, it's a little bit weaker, but it's not much further, you know, not much less than this. But also acerola cherry powder, it's more like, it tastes more like a sour. It's like a reddish, and it tastes more like a sour. This is like a little bit bitter. So if you can't take this, then you can like maybe try acerola cherry powder, but I highly suggest camu because it's a natural source of vitamin C, and try to take this throughout this week every single morning. I highly suggest this because it's going to help you to rejuvenate you. And you take it in a powder form. Okay, so for those of you that are actually in relationship, you see, it is just like your partner needs to be careful not to invest into anything. Please, your partner needs to be careful this week, because it's just like not going to be the good week to invest, but there is going to be an option to invest or buy something big or buy something huge. And that's why I'm warning you to warn your partner, or to say to them to not to buy anything big or anything huge this week, just to wait for the week to pass and to try the different week, you see. If they can't help and they need to buy something that this was already like kind of like a certain date that your partner was waiting for a long time, then I understand, it does happen. But then you just need to get like a couple of salt bags, you know, like a salt, and put in one pocket and the another pocket, and then go to deal with these people, with this situation, so you can kind of raise your vibration and protect yourself a little bit. Your partner can protect themselves a little bit. Okay, on another hand, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, it is just a really beautiful week of realization, beautiful week of meeting people, beautiful week of you taking care of yourself when it comes to your physicality, when it comes to your diet and things like that. And you're going to be in this bubble this week, you see, and there is someone that is just going to kind of like really motivate you this week so much. You're going to be the part of the circle, part of the people, you know, part of the certain circle, and there's going to be so much inspiration going on this week. It is not about meeting someone, but it's just a certain person is going to inspire you, and that particular person who's going to inspire is going to tell you something, and that is going to be very important information for you, because it's just going to start changing your life, and it's just slowly going to start your way of thinking towards like who you fancy and things like that. It's really important week when it comes to the spiritual awakening and spiritual journey, when it comes to your own love, emotions, and really powerful realization. Okay, the second sign that I'm going to be talking about is Cancerians, my gorgeous Cancerians. You are going to be so happy this week. You're going to be happy because you're going to be very pleased with yourself, because you're going to come across the situation that is just going to like kind of surprise you a little bit, and in a good way, but also straight away you're going to need to react. And the way you're going to need to react, this is going to be the moment, this is going to be the time when you're going to realize, I apologize, you're going to realize your own capacity, you're going to realize your own strength, you're going to realize your own power. And then also you're just going to kind of like it's not only about that, but it's about a certain realization, and somebody's gonna, a certain person, a friend, somebody who means to you so much is actually going to tell you something, and what you're going to be told, it's going to kind of it's going to open your eyes towards a certain direction. And it's not that you didn't know, it's not that you didn't see, it's not that you weren't aware of, but it's just you were waiting for the right moment, waiting for the right time. The bottom line is there's a very big change that is going to start unfolding this week, but you need to be clever, you need to be smart. But in order for you to be clever and smart, you just need to be brave. It's a bravery above everything. Letter E is going to become really evident here, and letter E is just going to make a sense when it comes to this particular situation. And also certain friendship, certain relationship, it's going to start becoming very evident here, like a renewed of the certain relationship. There is something very important going to happen here, a reconnection, and that reconnection is just going to bring the certain harmony, and certain harmony is just going to make you feel really optimistic, and that is going to give you an idea, believe me or not. You are going to have a really important perseverance and vision this week. The vision that you are going to have, it's so important. Listen to me very carefully. The vision that you are going to have this week is going to be so important, because that vision is going to kind of become a new stage. That new stage is going to bring you a new option, and that new option is also going to be so much so connected to what you wanted to do and what you were focusing on, especially in the last 48 months. My Lord, what you were focusing on and what you were planning and what you wanted to do in the last 48 months, this week is going to be an amazing outcome. It is going to come like a complete and a sudden change, and it's going to happen much quicker, much sooner. Something that was very slow and it was unfolding slowly, but it's just going to start happen really quickly, and that in itself is going to give you so much power, because you're going to kind of find yourself dealing really well in a pressurized situation, but it's going to be really good. The whole week is going to be quite busy when it comes to things happening in your life, and when it comes to like a certain dream, you will be that much closer, one step closer to the certain dream that is about to happen. It's just so good, because it's all going to happen, and it's going to come from the fact that you will have a really good news, and the good news that you're going to have, it's going to surprise you. It's about your own success, but it's fantastic because it's just going to at the same time whole new option. It's going to become available. Whole new promise is going to become available. You know, it's just one step at a time. An important negotiation is going to make sense here. Absolutely fantastic negotiation, and that is just going to give you the whole new determination, and that is just going to give you the whole new initiative, strength and power. This is exactly what you wanted, exactly what you needed. Okay, what else I was going to say to you is basically that it's just like a feeling that you're going to have. It's going to be so good, and it's also going to make you feel very adventurous. A certain journey and trip is going to become quite significant here. But when I say trip or journey, it's very important, because it also means that it's not only about the trip or journey, but it's about taking care of yourself. It's going to bring you a wonderful balance, and that particular balance is what am I after, because that balance is going to give you a really good idea. Okay, and that idea is just going to be completely have a very strong reflection on your current situation now. Okay, and the really big problem that has been bothering you. Okay, what else I was going to say, when it comes to your actual health, you're also going to feel like a little bit tired, and you're also going to end up with a little bit of negativity, like especially when it comes to the certain negative toxins. So you're going to need to get rid of the toxins, but also very important to actually deal with the tiredness and drainage with actual vitamins A, C and E. For you, this would be fantastic. Vitamin A, C and E, like antioxidants. So try to get these supplements natural, organic, without any horrible ingredients. And if you're on any other medications, check with your doctor or your GP. Or if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding, you're also going to need like a little bit of vitamin D, because your bones are going to be like a little bit sensitive. This is important for me to say, and vitamin D is going to be something that you're going to need. So you're going to either need to spend some time in the sun, or you're either going to need to take like an additional supplement when it comes to the actual vitamin D. And please, so important to flush out the toxins as well in your stomach in this area, and this is going to be quite sensitive. Eat fruit, as much as organic fruit if you can eat every single day this week. First thing in the morning, just have some kind of organic fruit in the morning, like a citrus fruit, like oranges and things like that. You know, it's just so important, and it's going to help you so much. Okay, so For those of you that are actually in relationship, oh my God, your partner is going to have a really important moment, and it's all about their idea. It's all about something that they kind of were focusing on. It's all about a certain direction that they took, but they were uncertain what's actually happening, and certain things didn't pay out. It didn't work out that well. So there is going to be a really important realization, and it's so much to do with a certain promotion. That in itself is going to be an important time for both of you, because your partner is going to go from one stage to another when it comes to certain promotion. Or if you're like not working, if your partner is not working, if you're retired, then it's a whole new option. It's going to kind of become available for your partner that's going to be literally life-changing, but of course it's going to affect both of you. Okay, so for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, there is a horrible person that is going to be around you. I just don't like them. Somebody really horrible, somebody who's maybe like really good looking and really sexy, but I'm sorry, my baby, that is not enough, you know. And so this is the energy that they create when you see them. It confuses people because they are so good looking, and people can sense that sexuality. And this is what's going to happen. This person is going to kind of become evident around you, and I would just say stay away, because this person is really bad. This person is really negative. This person is really low, and this person is trying to use you. I'm sorry, but especially when it comes to money and finances, this person is just like not having the right balance, which means that this is somebody who's using people, but especially when it comes to money and things like that. So I would just warn you, stay away from this particular person this week, okay? Now, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Leo, you gorgeous Leo. Now, listen to me very carefully. This is going to be a huge week. This is going to be a massive week, and you're also going to have a really strong temptation. The temptation that you're going to have, you're going to need to be really careful. You're going to need to be very sharp. You're going to need to be really bright, because that temptation, if you go for, it's not going to be good. That temptation, if you go for, it's not going to end up well. That temptation, if you go for, is just not going to be good, and I would just stay away, and I would be really, really careful. I'm saying that the Leos, this is going to be an important week, because karmically and spiritually you will be tested. You will be tested like there is no tomorrow, but you will know what is the wrong and what is the right thing to do. So this is going to happen. There are a couple of things that are going to be really evident here, really powerful here, and there's an option that is going to become available, but it's going to happen in a form of temptation. So you must not be naughty, because this is going to be your own test. You will know that this is unethical, you will know that this is not good, and you will know that this is not the right direction for you to do. So that's why I need you to be careful, because there is going to be some kind of test that you're going to be under. If you go for it, and if you do this, then it's just going to be kind of the certain complete and sudden change that you're going to have, and the sudden change that you're going to have it's just going to be completely connected to abandonment of the certain relationship, or abandonment of the certain relationships, okay? And if you're able to rise above it, if you're able to be kind of more mature and very intuitive about it, you're going to be very clever. I say intuitive because you will know that this is bad, that this is wrong, and that if you rise above it, and if you don't go for it, if you karmically kind of win it, then this is going to become like a good news at the same time, but at the same time new plans and wishes, just going to be very much so strongly connected to this, and this is going to give you the whole new vision, and it's going to make you feel really optimistic, it's going to make you feel really good, it's going to make you feel really powerful, because the whole new focus is going to become evident here. And this is how you will know it, because this is all about your own destiny, and this is all about your wheel of fortune. This week is also going to be a huge week when it comes to your own personal wheel of fortune, because you will see what is going to happen. There's an unexpected, your own personal situation, and it's going to surprise you. It's going to make you feel like flattered. It's going to make you feel very, very good. It's going to make you feel like really optimistic and really vavavoonish about yourself, which is quite good. But that in itself is just also going to help you realize that a certain stage of your life is coming to an end. It came to an end. It will come to an end. It's important for you to realize this, so you can let certain situation out of your life to go, so you can create a space for something new. It's an important time, because it's also you're going to realize that certain memories are going to become very evident here, memories and past influences and things that are not there anymore. But on another hand, it's just so important for one certain person from the childhood is going to say hello, somebody who knows you for a really long time. On another hand, reflection from the past is going to bring you an insight with a problem that has been driving you nuts for a while, for at least the last 12 months, okay? And that in itself is just going to be so good for you, because it's going to help you that there is a solution. I made up my word, solution, in between solution and illusion. God. I meant to say illusion. You're going to realize, a certain illusion that is actually going to happen here. Not happen, but certain illusion, especially when it comes to you, your love life, your relationship, or you focusing on making a certain money, on a certain career. This is all going to make sense, and it is going to happen in such a way where you will know that you need to make an adjustment, you need to make an edit, you need to make an abandonment here. This is so important because it's going to be a huge, massive starting point, and it's also going to bring you so much harmony, so much love, and so much power, and you're going to feel so good about yourself. You're going to look good, you're going to feel good, you're going to feel very sexy throughout this week, and very important social relationships that you are going to have. This is going to be the week of talking people. This is going to be the week talking to people. This is also going to be the week of the rediscovery and discovering yourself. You're going to be like all around the place this week, but most importantly, it's just socially, it's just going to be significant, because you will be able to also have a control over the situation, strength, courage, to do so much. This is a really important week as well, because you're about to rediscover yourself. You're about to rediscover your life. You're about to rediscover your love. You're about to rediscover your happiness. It's so good, because I'm seeing this is going to be an important time for you also to remember that you need to kind of forgive and forget. There's a certain person that is going to be around you, and you really karmically need to forgive and forget, so you can allow your spiritual journey to evolve to another level. But on another hand as well, it's just going to be so important, because karmically it is just going to, at the same time, it's just going to kind of also going to be the new massive starting point. Certain traveling is going to become evident here, and if you're able to kind of book certain trip or journey this week, please try to do it this week rather than waiting for another week, because this week is magical, and it's very powerful, and it's very fertile when it comes to like a kind of like being very active. So as more active you are, it doesn't matter if it's physically or with your mind, like booking journey. If you book some kind of trip or journey, then which means that there is a very important spiritual experience going to wait for you. Once you go, then by the time you come back, the whole new perspective is going to become available to you indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say, you see, sensitive shoulders when it comes to your actual health. You see, you are going to have like a quite sensitive shoulders indeed, and also the sensitive shoulders that you are going to have is just especially the left one, especially one of the shoulders is going to be super sensitive. So please try to do the certain exercise, try to exercise as much as you can, and also try to sit in the right way, try to sleep in the right way, try to sleep on the side, but also at the same time try to have like a pillow in between your legs, because it's going to help to relax your back in a certain way. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to relax your back in a certain way, and that is also lower back going to help you with your higher back. You see, especially when it comes to your shoulders, very important. And make sure you are having a good quality, nice big pillow, okay? And also concentration levels are not going to be that great. So when it comes to your concentration levels, I highly suggest you to take a flaxseed oil in a capsules, omega-3 essential fatty acids that our body can't produce by itself. You see, so it's important to take these things. Flaxseed oil, I talk about this all the time. It's a must-have, seriously. And flaxseed oil is like a natural plant form of omega-3 essential fatty acids, what you get in a fish, for example. But my favorite would be like a flaxseed oil, because it's just a plant version rather than a fish version, which is what I prefer anyway. But on another hand, it's just also great for the skin, hair, and nails as well. So this is something that I highly suggest to get, like a flaxseed oil. It comes in a oil form or in a capsule form. If you're on any other medications, if you are pregnant, if you are breastfeeding, just check with your doctor or your GP. And also whether you can take this, and also flaxseed oil is just going to help you with the concentration and memory, but it's also brilliant for the skin, hair and nails at the same time. Okay, so what else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually in relationship, for those of you that are in relationship, this is going to be like a really great week of a certain satisfaction, really a great week of a balance, really great week of accomplishment. I can see two people getting closer together, and I can see two people working on a certain problem, on certain negativity that was actually part of this situation. So I can see a lot of negativity, and I can see that there was like some kind of like a not really certain good judgment that happened maybe not that long ago, and that affected both of you. So now this is going to be an important moment, important time, and it's all about certain devotion, and also something is going to happen like really important. Something is going to happen really important this week, and it's going to take your relationship on a whole new level. Okay, so now for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, you see this is an important time of connections, reconnections, an important time when you're meeting people, and there is someone just it's not going to come out of your mind, somebody that is you're going to meet this week. For those of you that are single, and you're going to meet this person through some kind of like a introduction, or you're going to meet this person through some kind of like a social gathering, but especially when you're like kind of trying to achieve something. So there is going to be the certain person that you're going to see, certain person that you're going to meet, certain person that you're going to be in contact with, and you're not going to be able to forget about them. It is not only even about that, but it's about a certain situation that you're getting closer to the moment, closer to the point, closer to the time to actually start changing your life. This person is going to play an important role later on, so watch this space, my babies. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is a gorgeous Virgo, my powerful Virgolini. I love you to bits. You are going to have a really important week, very busy, very significant, very powerful, but most certainly when it comes from a square number 1 to square number 2, there is a huge, massive stepping point that you are going to have. There's a huge problem that you're going to deal with, and the huge problem is going to come to an end, and it's going to be very interesting because you will deal with this problem. It's just something that's been around for quite a while, something that has been bothering you, and something that has been kind of part of your mind, and in order to deal with this problem, it will affect your whole life. It will affect your living, it will affect you, it will affect your relationship, it will affect absolutely everything, your family, your friends. So that's why you were just waiting for the right moment, and that's why you were waiting for the right time. Now this week it's going to be an important week because you're going to have a lot of energy. You're going to feel very optimistic. It's going to be really busy. Your focus is going to be very strong. Your picture is going to be crystal clear. The whole new perspective is going to come through, and most certainly this is going to be something that is going to happen connected to somebody else that is very close to you, and this is going to be your own wake-up call. It is going to confuse you a little bit, but most certainly it's going to be good because it's going to lead towards your own towards your own personal victory. But you will know it's not going to be easy, and this is just going to be the moment when you're going to realize that your life is just going to start changing, and this is the direction that it's going to take. But it's just going to involve you and require you to make a certain adjustments, and especially when it comes to the certain people in your life. But you just need to have a certain courage and power, and you will really need to be very smart, clever, and very, very mature, because you're going to need to make a really important decision, and you are going to make a really important decision, and that in itself is just going to be the moment and the time of a very important transition and change that you are going to have, and that in itself is going to lead towards a really important moment in time, which is going to lead on another hand towards your own personal rebirth. This is so good because, when it comes to the actual work, career, finances, money, it is going to be the time of the actual perfection, my babies. You are just going to start picking your own little strawberries, your own beautiful little fruit, your own beautiful little cherries. You will be able to pick your own fruit. You will be able to pick your own cherries. You will be able to pick your own strawberries, and they're all going to be gorgeous. They're all going to be beautiful. They're all going to be super, super, super organic, and they're all going to be super delicious and super powerful. So important, because I'm saying that this is all about your recognition. This is all about your honor. You're going to do really great, and there is going to be somebody, you know, from the work that is going to come through forward. It's going to praise you up. This is going to be the moment of praising, fantastic recognition, honor, which is going to lead towards your own personal change. Okay, it's going to make you realize that you're capable of so many things, and it's just on another hand, this is going to be rewards from hard work and success. Not only you're going to feel like, hello my darling, all cocky and really good, which is great, you know, great, your time is coming, my babies, but also other people are just going to be so pleased, and other people are going to feel so pleased with you and your own success. This is so good. Also, very important, do not miss this important concentration and study. An option is going to come towards you like a little butterfly, like this. It's going to fly like a little beautiful butterfly. And that option, ooh, sorry, my sweetness, you see. That option that you are going to have is just going to come towards you like a little butterfly, and it's going to be like much smaller than what you think it's going to be, and it's connected to the certain concentration and study. The new level, new stage is going to be available to you. I say new level because spirituality, this is going to be amazing. It's only going to seem something like a certain little addition, something that you need to learn, something that you need to read, something that you need to connect to, that is just going to take you somewhere completely else, and it's just going to make you realize a certain passion about yourself, and that passion is just going to make you feel very respected, and it's just going to make you feel, it's going to give you the whole new initiative, because it's just going to make you feel so good about yourself. It's going to become the beginning of the new adventure. On another hand, a really important news that you are going to have about a certain family member, and that is going to put a bigger smile on your face. One more thing that you're actually going to have this week is actually going to be a huge, massive, absolutely huge accomplishment. The accomplishment that you are going to have is just going to give you so much confidence, and that in itself is just going to give you a new option. A new option that you're going to have is just going to be so much connected to the certain choice. There are a couple of new ideas that you are going to have, a couple of relationships that are going to be really significant when it comes to this realization. But also on another hand, this is all going to lead towards your own security and power, towards your own security and power, and towards your own big change, because you will want to make a certain change. On another hand, when it comes to your living arrangements, when it comes to your living arrangements and making a really big decision, you will start feeling drawn towards starting to make a change when it comes to your own personal surroundings, and especially when it comes to your own spirituality. It's just so, this is an important time of the year, but especially an important week for you to kind of start bringing like a certain crystals or certain things, certain objects that are making you feel really spiritual. But also on another hand, an important moment in time for the grounding. Try to meditate this week, try to reconnect with your spirit guides, try to reconnect with your guardian angels, and try to also go outside and try to ground yourself by touching the earth, you know, and reconnecting with the mother nature. Just so important indeed. On another hand, there is a whole new plan that is going to be revealed, and this plan is going to be important because now this is going to be significant, because other people are going to become a part of it. Other people are going to be very strongly connected to this plan, because if you get this right, if you do this right, there are lots of other people that are going to be happy and ecstatic at the same time. This is so important also to say, not to rush into any decisions, okay? Also, on another hand, your justice, my baby, is coming. This is just so important that your justice is coming, and especially if you've been waiting for something for a long time to be decided for you, or decided instead of you, for you, this is going to be good, because it's going to be good decision, and it's going to put, again, a big smile on your face, and this is going to be brilliant. On another hand, this is absolutely fantastic week when it comes to the negotiations. Try to negotiate this week, because you're going to end up with so much more that you would normally end up with, but also there is going to be a negotiation that you are going to have, and this is going to be very successful, and that negotiation is going to happen out of the blue. This is the moment. This is the moment. This is the moment. The thing is that this is going to happen out of the blue. It's something that you wouldn't plan, something that you didn't connect to, and something that you didn't think it's going to happen. It's fantastic because it's so much so connected to your own wheel of fortune, my lord, and that in itself is going to become a fantastic new starting point, and that is just going to give you absolutely fantastic motivation, and it is going to be the beginning of an absolutely fantastic success. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I would like to say to you, my beautiful babies, like when it comes to the actual health, you are going to feel like a little bit drained. You're also going to feel like you need a little bit of strength, but also, you know, your immune system is just going to be like a little bit affected when it comes to your cold, the flu, and when it comes to your stomach, and maybe a little bit of a draining feeling. So that's why I'm saying to you, also very important to take Camu or acerola cherry. Camu, you spell it C-A-M-U. C-A-M-u. Camu is the most powerful source of natural vitamin C in the world. Camu is a fruit from like Amazon fruit, and it's absolutely brilliant. You see, it comes in a powder form, and it gives you at around 1,200 milligrams of the actual vitamin C, but just like a one tiny little teaspoon. And the second one that is so strong is acerola cherry powder. It's at around 1,000 milligrams, but Camu is probably the most powerful. Now, the only thing with the Camu is that you take it like a first thing in the morning, and in a little bit of like a juice, like a cherry juice, sour cherry juice, or like if you take it like with orange juice. So important because it's quite bitter, you see. And you take 1 teaspoon, you drink it like a very first thing in the morning. It's going to help you so much, and it's a natural source of vitamin C. But if you can't take this because it's like a quite bitterish in taste, then acerola cherry powder, it's okay. It's not as strong, but it's still okay, and it's like a sour, you know, it's like a red in color and it's sour, and you can have a acerola cherry maybe instead. And also it's going to help you with the sensitive gums at the same time, because you're going to have a sensitive gums, you see, and vitamin C does help with healing indeed. And make sure that you're drinking, make sure that you're using like a mouthwash without fluoride, without chemicals, and same with the toothpaste, without fluoride and without chemicals, please. Okay. What else I was going to say now, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's just absolutely like a brilliant. For those of you that are in relationship, you're just going to feel really good. You're going to feel really great. You will make a really important decision when it comes to your partner, and your partner is going to feel really good. This is going to make them feel so much better about themselves. But as a couple, you're going to make a very significant decision when it comes to the certain problem that was bringing you down. Something that was like kind of unresolved, maybe when it comes to the certain argument, when it comes to the certain family member, it's going to bounce back, and it's going to give you a chance to actually sort this out this week. This is an important moment when it comes to an unfoldment with a certain problem. So the bottom line is your relationship is going to go on a new stage after this. Okay, for those of you that are actually for those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, this is going to be a fantastic week. You're going to be meeting so many people. You will be enjoying this week. I don't see you like a meeting the love of your life, but I see you somebody who's going to motivate you, somebody who's going to like you, somebody who's going to fancy you, somebody who will want a little bit of your attention. You will know that you can't be with them. You will know that this is not the right person, but it's still going to make you feel so good and so much better about yourself, because it is going to be somebody who's going to be completely gorgeous, and somebody who's just going to make you feel like, oh my god, I can't believe they fancy me. And it's going to be one of those, and that in itself is going to give you lots of vavavoom, lots of power, and lots of confidence. And that's exactly what you need this week, because something really wonderful is going to unfold out of that situation later on, and you will see exactly what I mean. Okay. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Libera. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Libra. My gorgeous Libra, behave. You're still not behaving. You're going to be very naughty this week, very, very naughty. But that's really good, because this is going to be absolutely perfect week to actually have some time, to have some fun. Absolutely perfect week to take care of yourself. Absolutely perfect week to be a little bit naughty. Absolutely perfect week to be really adventurous. This is so good, because the beginning of the week is going to start like a complete and sudden change, but it's just something that you knew, something that you expected, and somebody very close to you is going to start something. Something is going to happen to them that is going to affect both of you, and that in itself is going to lead towards the complete and sudden change. But then again, it's going to be really good, really important, because the karma with somebody else and with certain situation is slowly coming to an end, but you knew this, and it's just something that you expected. So that's why, on another hand, this is going to make you feel really strong when it comes to your own personal security, when it comes to your own personal setback, but on another hand, you're also going to be required to make a really important decision. The decision that you're going to make, that you're going to need to make, you're going to need to be really clever, really smart, and you're also going to need to be very, very mature indeed. Do not rush into any decision, and just all you need to do is just be very, very confident, because the confidence is going to bring you prosperity. Prosperity is going to bring you, on another hand, the good news, and that it's all going to be about your gain, about advancement, and a new option that is going to become available to you at around the end of this week. Financial opportunity is going to become available to you at the end of this week, but it's not only about the financial opportunity, it's lots of other opportunities that are actually going to be connected to this. The whole new promise and the whole new beginning, okay? On another hand, the new wish is really going to be really significant, because the new wish that you are going to have, it's very important for me to say that it's going to bring you a new hope, and you're going to have a certain start, and it's not going to work that well. Very important for me to say is that it's not going to work that well, but so important to do it again. Do not lose hope. The bottom line is you need to kind of like learn something out of your spiritual journey through your own problem, through your own negativity, through your own insecurity, and this is the way things are going to happen for you. Just make sure that you are having lots of confidence, and make sure that you remember that you are about to get the control over the situation in your life through your own insecurity. It's so important, because all you need to do is just remember, you need to follow your own intuition. You need to follow your own intuition. You need to see what you feel drawn to. You need to see what you feel connected to, and you also need to see which people you want to reconnect with. It's so important, because the people that come to your mind this week, people that are part of your thinking, people that are part of your energy, people that are part of your dreams, you're going to be dreaming this week like there is no tomorrow. There's certain people that you need to reconnect with. Certain people are so important to be part of your life. And you're going to get a chance this week to amend this, and especially if you had like a really fallout with somebody and you feel bad about it, especially if you need to fix something with a certain family member. Now this is going to be the week to do it. This is going to be the week to do it. This is going to be the week to be very optimistic, very open-minded, and very adventurous. There is going to be a little adventure that is going to come to you, and it's going to happen to you, and it's going to come to you in the form of like a free spirit. When you feel free, when you feel silly, when I say behave, there is going to be a time this week when you're going to feel like a little bit free, ecstatic, and that in itself is just going to bring you this powerful energy of like exploring things and adventure, and that adventure in itself is also going to kind of lead towards a new big change when it comes to your home, when it comes to your immediate environment, and you will know that it's time to move on. It is going to be the time to move on moment, because now this is all about your perfection, this is all about your recognition, and it's also going to make you feel really good about yourself, because you're gonna get a certain news, and that news is going to come in the form of a praise, but also you're going to realize that a new stage of your life is about to come to an certain stage of your life, it's about to come to an end, and that is going to make you feel really ecstatic, because you will know the whole new adventure, the whole new beginning, it's about to unfold after this. You're going to need to be careful with the money a little bit this week. Don't overspend or don't spend too much, don't go to negotiate. But that's just this week. This week is a wonderful week and a powerful week for reconnection, thinking, meditation, yoga, tai chi and things like that. But certainly like to kind of buy something huge or some kind of negotiation. No, this is the thinking week, to use your intuition. And then week after that is the week when you actually do things. Okay, what else I was going to say, let me just tell you something. There is a whole new stage, like when it comes to your learning experience and process, there is a whole new stage about to become evident here as well. Please try to go out as much as you can, try to meet as many as you can people, because there's one person in particular that you're going to meet that is going to become a huge part of your life, okay, later on. Somebody very honest, somebody very beautiful, somebody very powerful, somebody very like spiritual, but somebody also who is making you feel very, very motivated. This is an important time to get these right people around us, to surround yourself with the people who you really love, to surround yourself with the people who you really trust, because there is an idea that you will have through one of them, and that idea is going to be life-changing. That idea is going to be absolutely brilliant. That idea is going to be so powerful because it's going to help you to make a certain transition, change, and that in itself is just going to be having like a complete readjustment. It's going to be like a complete readjustment for you, and it's going to make you feel like a really new. It's going to make you feel like you're having your own rebirth. But the most importantly, the whole new option is going to become available for you. And that option that is going to become available for you, it's on one hand, it's going to bring you the whole new balance, and on another hand, it's just going to be absolutely fantastic, because it's just going to make you realize that a certain stage came to an end with your life, but that there's just so much to look forward to. Make sure that you make a certain dietary changes as well, my Libras. This week you need to make a certain dietary changes. This is so important. You either maybe you could have a perfect diet, but maybe something else is missing. There is going to need to be like a readjustment when it comes to your diet. So you need to see what you need to do. But especially in this situation, there is an excess of something that you're going to need to cut down. Important to cut down on a certain excess and things like that. So maybe you're drinking too much, maybe you're smoking too much, maybe you're eating too much bread. Just see what is causing this excess. It's just so important to come to the stop to this. And also an important choice that you are going to make, and couple of things that are going to kind of confuse you, just to let you know both of things are going to be equally important and equally as good. When it comes to the actual health, now I just need you to take a holy basil herb to boost your immune system. Get holy basil herb to boost your immune system. It's just so important for you to take. And also vitamin A. Vitamin A is just something that you're gonna need this week, okay? So this is something that I need you to take, and if you do take this, and it's in a capsule form or a tablet form, just check with your doctor, check with your GP, especially if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, or if you're on any other medications, and drink lots of water as well. Okay, on another hand, for those of you Libras that are in relationship, this is a huge week for those of you in relationship. There's going to be a big change that you're actually going to have, your partner is going to have, and this is going to be the beginning of something really important, but also you will do something that is going to last for a long time. You will make something that is going to last for a long time. You're going to start something that is going to last for a long time, and lots of generations are going to be benefited from it, okay? So important. For those of you that are actually single and ready to mingle, there is going to be an important week. You're going to meet so many people, and this is the moment that is just so important. It is not about you meeting the love of your life. It is just about you meeting someone really special. There is someone that you are going to meet. I know this is going to sound weird, but for those of you that are single, you're going to meet somebody this week who is going to not be your lover, but it is just going to give you the certain knowledge, the certain idea, and that is going to give you the control over the situation. It's going to make you realize certain things about yourself, certain things about your life, and the whole new motivation is going to come through this person. This is so important because I don't even know how to explain this. This person is an important part of your spiritual journey, but not to be your lover or something like that, but there's a certain inspiration going to happen through this person, and then later on that inspiration, it's going to become evident, but you will realize it's coming from this situation. It's an important moment in time for your spirit to evolve from one level to another. That's why I'm saying it's just so significant, and you will see what I mean, because you will realize some kind of a certain realization about yourself, which is going to give you the whole new perspective to play with later on. Okay. So now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is Scorpio. Scorpio, my gorgeous Scorpio. You're going to surprise yourself this week. You're going to surprise yourself this week because you're going to feel drawn towards like a certain change. You will feel like a certain ending is coming very, very close, very soon. Because first of all, how the week is going to happen is going to be an accomplishment that you are going to have. You're going to have some kind of phone call, or you're going to have like an email, or somebody is going to come through forward, and somebody's going to tell you something, and that is just going to be absolutely an amazing time for yourself, because it's just all going to be about your own perfection. It's all going to be about your own recognition, and that on another hand is going to really surprise you in such a way, because it's going to connect you to the certain stage of your life when you made a certain decision and everybody was like, oh no, don't do it, you're not going to do this, you're not going to make it, and you were like, yeah, right, whatever. And now you will be able to prove this to yourself, and you will be able to prove to your spiritual journey. Your spiritual journey is going to go on a whole new level, but also other people are going to be like, ooh la la. And that in itself is going to make you feel really good, because it's all about your own accomplishment, okay? And it's all about your own accomplishment, and certain Virgo is going to play an important role this week. Certain Virgo is going to play an important role this week, especially when it comes to your own discovery, rediscovery, and especially when it comes to your own wake-up call, new perspective, and the whole new passion. Certain Virgo is going to play an important role indeed. There is an option that you're going to have connected to your home and connected to the big change when it comes to your home, and you will find yourself this week being busy, like really when it comes to your immediate environment, when it comes to your home, when it comes to your garden, when it comes to your work desk, you know, you will want to like connect and reconnect with like a certain changes. But on another hand, you know, I need you to take like a little bit of black tourmaline throughout this week, or if you can take like a black onyx, you see, throughout this week, or maybe if you haven't got a black tourmaline or black onyx, if you can just put like a couple of bags of salt, like a sea salt in each pocket, you know, just a little bags, you know, of sea salt, a couple of bags of sea salt in each pocket, just protect yourself from like a negative energy, bad energy, low vibrations, because I'm sorry, there is going to be a little snake that is going to be revealed. So that's why I need you to be careful this week. There is some kind of snake, and I don't like this person. Ew! Ew! So I don't like this person. There's going to be like a little snake that is going to be revealed, you know, and you will not be too surprised anyway. So that's why throughout the week I need you to keep certain things to yourself. And if you feel agitated, just you will surprise yourself. If you feel agitated, like to the point when you're gonna scream, just remember my words. You're so powerful. You're very deep. You're very emotional. You're very energetic when it comes to your own intuition. You're one of the most powerful signs when it comes to your own energy, but especially the energy that you project on other people. So just be clever, be clever, be clever. Do not bite back. Do not fight back. Rise above the situation, and that is going to be the moment, and that is going to be the point which is going to give you the whole new focus. That focus is also going to help you realize some kind of accomplishment that is going to become evident here. So just rise above the situation. Keep certain things to yourself. Don't talk about things that are that you don't talk to people you don't know, and things like that can be taken against you, and that is just going to give you the whole new control over the situation. So you protect yourself from these people, like with a little bag of salt, sea salt in each pocket, or black tourmaline, black onyx. You see, like a black crystals are absolutely brilliant, but black tourmaline would be the most powerful crystal that we can use in order to protect ourselves against all sorts of negative energy when it comes from people and things like that. Okay, and what else I was going to say? So basically, just make sure that you rise above the situation, and you feel agitated, somebody wants to fight with you, you just basically do everything to level it out, to iron it out, to rise above it, to fly above it. And that in itself is going to be brilliant, because it's just going to kind of make you realize that this person who is doing this, who is really bad, who is really negative, is also punishing themselves. It's a self-punishment for themselves, and this is going to happen just by you not going for it and not arguing back, for example. On another hand, that is just going to make you feel really good. It's going to make you realize something interesting about yourself, and that is going to be satisfaction, accomplishment indeed. And also there is going to be the new social relationship that is going to become evident through this situation, because somebody's going to come through, somebody's going to come forward that is going to become very important part of your own spiritual journey when it comes to you finding a friend, relationship, and things like that. Hey, let me just tell you something, that you need to pay attention to spiritual guides, you need to pay attention to wise people, you need to pay attention to little witches and like a wise people who you kind of think that they're wise, that they're like spiritual leaders, because there is some spiritual leader that you think of really highly about is going to have a sacred information for you at around the time when you need it the most. And all you need to do is you need a wise, serene and powerful knowledge. It's going to come through someone, it's going to come through someone's intuition, and that is going to have direct impact on you, your power, and it's going to help you to realize something, also make a really important decision, especially about in period of time where you feel very frequently too restrained. You see, every time I do Scorpio, it's the police. I'm not too sure if it's police or it's an ambulance this time. Every time I do Scorpio, God! Oh my Lord. Okay, and also on another hand, you know what, let me tell you something. You are going to have a very nostalgic moment this week. There are people that are going to be part of your mind. People are going to be part of your thinking process. People are going to be part of your energy. And this is just, I can't explain how important this is, because something from the past, also through this thinking, it's going to make you realize a really important stage about your life, that you're not doing something that you really like. You're not doing something that you really love. So what is this? What did you forget doing? What you don't do that you like? What you don't do that it could put a big smile on your face? Sometimes we get clouded, so much cloudness in between us and in between what's happening around us, that we forget about things that make us feel really happy. This life is too short, so that's why we just do as much as we can that makes us really happy, because that in itself, it's a really beautiful energy. So this is going to be a really important realization that you're going to realize through your own nostalgia, and that in itself, it's going to be a huge, massive turning point for you, because you're going to realize something really important. An insight from the past, it's going to bring you the direct impact on the problem that you're having now, and that in itself is just going to become the whole new beginning. When it comes to good news that is going to be followed, but also the realization that you've got more than you need in order to move on with your life. There's going to be absolutely fantastic motivation that you are going to have after this point, after this moment, and the whole new starting point indeed. Absolutely brilliant. When it comes to your health, I know it's going to be like a very not painful stomach, but the digestion is going to be like a little bit strange and a little bit unusual. The digestion is just going to be something that you're going to need to pay attention to. Please try to get aloe vera juice, organic aloe vera juice. You can buy this wherever there are many places where you can get this, but make sure it's organic, make sure it's natural without any nasty ingredients. And obviously once you open this, you just keep this in the fridge, okay? But you take every single day aloe vera juice, and it's absolutely good, of beautiful goodness, vitamins and minerals that are going to help you with your stomach lining so much. It's very gentle and it's very good and it's very powerful. I say this every time, but our gorgeous Cleopatra and Egyptians, they used to use aloe vera juice as well. I believe so much the Egyptians were doing, you see. There is so much about Egypt, so many answers about Egypt, you see, that they are keeping away from us. But anyway, so now basically, for those of you that are in relationship, I just really like it. I like this week because the whole new harmony is coming through, and that harmony is going to be brilliant, and that harmony is just going to make you both feel really free and very emotional week when it comes to relationship, because you will do something that is just so important and it's huge and it's massive for those of you that are in relationship. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, you see there is going to be also the problem that you had for the last 3 years, the problem that you didn't know what to do, and the problem that you only talk to your friends about, your best friends about. At around the time when that problem is kind of resolved, you're going to kind of also meet up, or you're going to be around. There's going to be the energy of the people that are really good to you, people that you really love. This is going to be the moment when somebody is going to come through forward. Some very, very special person is about to walk into your life at around the time when the problem comes to an end, or you will realize that it's coming to an end, and it's going to make you feel very satisfactory. There is compromise, certain compromise is going to be very evident at around this time, and that is going to be the moment in time and the energy in the situation which is going to bring someone very special in your life who is about to sweep you off your feet. Absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing, and this is only the beginning. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be gorgeous Sagittarius. Now, my beautiful Sagittarius, I'm just going to take these cards away. Sorry, these are my cards that I start this video with. Sorry. Okay, bye. Okay, so now I'm going to start with with Sagittarius. You gorgeous Sagittarius. Now, be very, very be aware that there's going to be an option that you're going to have, and you need to be responsible, you need to be smart, and it's going to be like kind of the option that you're going to have at the beginning of the week may not seem as important, but there are going to be a couple of things that are going to be very evident around this option. You will either choose option number one or option number two. Number one is going to be completely responsible, very serious. Number two, it would be very like very open-minded, but maybe too open-minded, and it's not probably as good as the first option. What you need to do, what you need to remember, the bottom line is, I know it's confusing, but you need to be very, very responsible. You need to be very responsible because you will be under a test right at the beginning of this week. So responsibility. So you will be showered with a couple of situations that will like make you react in a certain way, but you must not be too stroppy, or you must not react too quickly. This is you because you're under the spiritual test, and that spiritual test that you're going to be under, it's going to very easily make you to act in the wrong way, in a different way, without you even realizing. This is because you need to get this right, because it's an important moment in time when it comes to karma and when it comes to your own spiritual journey. That in itself is going to make you feel really beautiful. If you basically all you need to do is just be responsible. I'm not saying you're not normally responsible, but I'm just saying that you need to be super responsible throughout the week, whatever you do. That's your secret formula, because being super responsible, just remember this, because you will be also tricked in the little situations to go off the way, to go off the journey. You will be tricked into it. So that's why I'm saying, just remember to be responsible. Your own responsibility is going to bring you initiation. Your own initiation is going to bring you to whole new option, and your whole new option is going to bring you to whole new motivation. Motivation is going to be huge, and it's going to make you feel very creative, and also it is just going to kind of give you so much power and so much vavavoom and so much optimistic feeling. But there is a certain spirituality that is also going to be connected to it, and it's very important that you take care of yourself when it comes to your spirituality. Try to meditate, try to like go reconnect with the nature. Very important to go outside and spend some time in the forest, spend some time in the park. It's just so important, because it's going to help you to like with your own personal balance, but also there's an important realization that you are going to have. The important realization that you are going to have is going to be connected to some kind of experience that you have, but it's going to surprise you that you are going to feel this way. This is going to be an important time for you, because that in itself is going to also make you realize that you have got so much to move on. You've got all the resources that you can move on, but it's also going to help you that you can relax and chill out after this moment, after this point, because the storm that you have been through the problems that you have been going through are also going to come to an end, okay? And that is going to be fantastic realization for you, and also beautiful advice you're going to have through somebody who's very like a business orientated, somebody who's very intelligent, somebody who's very smart and clever, somebody who's very level-headed. Is going to give you absolutely fantastic, mind-blowing advice. The advice that you're going to have is just going to help you so much with making a really important decision, but also it's going to make you realize some very important realization about yourself, your spiritual journey, and your accomplishment. This person is going to help you to realize how powerful you are, how good you are, because you may feel like a little bit low, you may feel like a little bit down, and this is going to be because there is so much going to be happening, and this person is going to have an absolutely wonderful impact on you. Very, very good, because there is a very wise investment that you are going to have this week. In fact, throughout this week, this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing time to actually have investments. Not big, not huge, okay? But the little investments are going to be absolutely brilliant. Only if you wanted to invest, if you are planning to invest, okay? This week is going to be absolutely brilliant, because the energy is going to be on your side, and you're going to end up with so much more because you will go with this particular flow. And once you go with a particular flow, it bounces back so much more than it would normally bounce, okay? And also an important negotiation you're going to have this week, and negotiation that you're going to have this week is going to be very successful, and it's going to be way much more than you would actually think that you would actually have, which is brilliant. And if you would like to have negotiations, most certainly throughout this week, it's going to be absolutely brilliant. It is going to be in an indecisive situation that you are going to come across with, and this is going to stem through the certain opportunity that you are going to have by the end of this week. And when you come towards the indecisive situation and you don't know what to do, the best would be like just to step away from this situation. Do not rush, do not rush, do not rush. Step away from this situation. Go away for a couple of days, go away for a day, go away for a week. It depends how long do you need. But I would highly suggest you to go away somewhere, because spiritually this is going to be very good for you, for your soul, for your spiritual journey, and most certainly it's going to help you with your own particular judgment. And the judgment that this is going to help you with is just going to be the whole new stage for you that is going to become available. It's important because it's going to be very spiritual, and also it is going to be very sacred time, because you will be able to feel your own happiness, you will be able to feel your own radiance, and certain vision about the future is going to become very strong here, and that is going to become a new fantastic starting point for you indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are actually wondering about health, it's just all about the actual you're gonna need to like make sure that you are taking you take something to have a certain detox. I can see lots of toxins that are going to become very, very strong here, and they will need to go. So it's an important week for the detox, an important week for you to drink lots of water, but also an important week to drink as many juices as you can. Please, please, please try to make, I know I've seen this before, I said this before, but try to make as many juices as you can. Juices are absolutely fantastic for your own detox. Juices are brilliant. So if you can make your own orange juices or a strawberry, but especially if you could like get organic or please all natural or organic, non-GMO and things like that. Strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, or any berries, you know, as many berries as you can have. Like make your own smoothie every single morning throughout this week. It will be absolutely brilliant, because it's going to help you a lot to flush out the toxins out of your body, and it's going to help you your own detox. Okay, absolutely fantastic. And especially when it comes to strawberries, blueberries, raspberry, goji berries, you know, all these berries are amazing, very powerful super fruits. But on another hand, it acts like a filter for our liver, for our kidneys and things like that. But it's especially something that you're going to benefit from. Okay, for those of you that are actually in relationship, an important judgment you're going to need to make. You're going to need to be really clever, but you will also know that this judgment is going to be connected to the certain sacrifice. So therefore, you're going to need to discuss something with your partner. It's going to be serious, it's going to be important, but you will not like it because it's going to murk the waters a little bit. It's going to make you both stroppy to discuss this. It's a certain problem that is going to bounce back, but most certainly this is going to be the really beginning of something really important, of an unfoldment. So you're going to need to kind kind of make a certain judgment, but also remember that you're going to need to forgive and forget, because if you don't, your spiritual journey is not going to evolve. Okay. On another hand, what else I was going to say, for those of you that are actually single, brilliant week when it comes to meeting people. You will be meeting quite a few people, but 2 of them are going to be very significant in particular, and there is someone very, very important that you're going to meet that is going to give you a certain advice. That advice that you are going to get is just going to be life-changing, because it's going to be connected to you, it's going to be connected to somebody else, and it's going to be connected to a certain life situation that is just going to make you realize something really important about yourself and something really important about somebody else, and that in itself is just going to be a new starting point indeed. The bottom line is, go out and flirt and talk to as many people as you can, because there is something very important going to happen here, and you will see what I mean, and that in itself is just going to have a direct impact on you, on a new promise, new harmony, a new completion in your life that is becoming very evident, and that is also at the same time going to become a start. Okay, this is going to be the moment when somebody very special is about to start entering your life here as well. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is Capricornius, my gorgeous Capricorn. Now, this week, just make sure that you are eating as healthy as possible. Also, on the other hand, just make sure that you are exploring as much as you can explore, but especially when it comes to you, and especially when it comes to career, and especially when it comes to what you do, and especially when it comes to you being very adventurous. Very important time for those of you Capricorniuses who are actually kind of waiting for the certain things to happen when it comes to your own career, and especially when it comes to those pressure times that didn't deliver as much as you wanted them to deliver, and especially when it comes to those times when you felt like excessive pressures. Now this week is going to be significant, because it's going to be the direct answer, especially for everything that was happening in the last 11 months, but especially when it comes to the certain pressure, certain stress and anxiety that you went through, especially when it comes to your work and career and things like that. This is brilliant, because it's going to be an unfoldment of something very interesting. Somebody's going to be like a little bit selfish, somebody's going to be really bit horrible, somebody's going to be a little bit negative around you, a certain person that means to you a lot, and that in itself is just going to make you realize something about themselves, and it's also going to help you to make a certain decision and just move on. You know, sometimes we learn through this certain people, and sometimes certain people are meant to be in our lives for the certain amount of time, you know, but then sometimes these people just slowly come to an end. When certain things with a certain people comes to an end, then we just feel really negative or really bad around this person. But did you normally know this? And this is going to be something really important, because that in itself is just going to make you realize certain recognition, you know, about yourself, and that in itself is just going to push you towards an ultimate change. This week you will feel very optimistic when it comes to the certain and ultimate change when it comes to your life, because the whole new perspective is going to come through, and the whole new perspective that is going to come through is just going to help you to emerge in a certain way, and it's going to make you feel really, really creative. And as the week goes by, the more creative you are going to feel, and by the time the week comes to an end, my babies, there's an amazing opportunity that you are going to have, and that opportunity that you are going to have is just going to bring you the whole new focus, and that in itself is just going to be something that is just going to kind of make you realize that you don't have to worry about a certain stage in your life. You don't have to worry anymore. Just move on. It's time to move on. This is an important time, because also you will feel very active, and you will feel very determined. Also, somebody from an authority is going to come through and forward, and is going to praise you up really nicely. Fantastic week for those of you that are working, waiting for praise, because the promotion is going to come through. Fantastic week for those of you that are looking for work, because there is something very special going to come through. And if you're retired, it's also the whole new option going to become available, and that option you will realize is just something that you will feel so good about, something that is going to make you feel so good, something that is going to make you feel free, but you will like doing it, and that in itself is just going to answer so many questions to you. But the bottom line is that you will have a control over a situation, strength, courage, and energy. Okay, you will make a really important decision this week, and the decision that you are going to make is just going to be very efficient, and it's also going to help you to deal with a certain sadness, a certain time when you felt a little bit down, and it's just going to bring the whole new synchronicity. Okay, what else I was going to say, that basically an option is just going to come through, the whole new option when it comes to deep concentration and application. Just see what you feel drawn to, see what you want to do next, because something completely new, something completely different, something completely huge, but so completely new in your life, it's about to come through. And if it happened in any other week, it would be like absolutely no way, but because this week you will be part of the different dimension, and also it's going to become the beginning of the whole new adventure, because something that you would normally be really afraid of, now is just you're gonna feel really optimistic about, and this is going to be your answer. This is the actual enthusiasm, initiative. It's all about you enjoying yourself and feeling now it's the right moment, now it's the right time to move on. So important, because this week it's all about your own destiny. This week it's all about your own fortune. This week it's all about your own turning point. There is a very important person that is going to return into your life as well, somebody from your past, somebody who really loves you like a person, nothing romantic or anything like that, but it's a really important relationship, really important connection that you are going to have, or reconnection, and that in itself is going to be a really huge start, massive starting point. Okay, what else I was going to say to you, when it comes to your actual health, you're just going to need a little bit of organic maca powder. Organic maca powder is going to be brilliant for you, because it's going to help you a lot with the balance, and it's going to help you to increase energy levels, and this is something that you're going to benefit from, and it's just going to rejuvenate you. Organic maca powder, so important for you to take. On another hand, milk thistle is something that I need you to take. Milk thistle is, I've mentioned this before, but I'm saying this again, I'm sorry, you need to pay attention to your liver, and something for liver detox would be fantastic, like to take a milk thistle. Or if you can't take a milk thistle, which is a herb, if you do take it, you need to check with your doctor or your GP if this can interact with your medications or not. Only your doctor and GP can tell this, or if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding. Or if you don't want to take a milk thistle for your liver, then you can take like a smoothies, like a raspberry, blueberries, strawberries, goji berries, anything with berry. Make it yourself, every single morning, organic juices, smoothies, and that is going to help you so much when it comes to your liver detox indeed. Okay, when it comes to those of you that are actually in relationship, you see, you're going to need to kind of like, you're going to have a little bit of conflict, you're going to have a little bit of obstacle to work on when it comes to your partner, and this is important because it's just going to also, it's going to help you with a certain conclusion. So there's going to be an important obstacle that you're going to have, but this obstacle is going to be more important than what you think, because it's going to help you with a certain conclusion. Okay, just make sure that maybe don't argue too much now when you know that there may be like a little bit of conflict. I think your partner will go through something very difficult, and then on another hand you're going to be under a little bit of pressure. So maybe I see two people clashing, so maybe the best would be to like, maybe if you clash too much, just probably try to like just stay away this week, Okay, when it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, I would just stay away from this particular person. There is someone that is going to be around you, somebody will want to be with you, somebody will fancy you, will fancy them, but please stay away from them, because it's not a good person, it's not a positive person, it's not an optimistic person. It's a very sexy person, very mysterious, very, very nice, like very good looking, but please, you will know subconsciously that this is not the right person. I can see that you will be going out, I can see that you're going to meet lots of people, have a great time when it comes to like flirting, rediscovering, discovery of your certain things about yourself, but please, you will know who this person is. There's someone in particular that will want to be with you, but I would just say to you that this is not the right person, because karmically there is something is not quite right, so I would just stay away, please. Okay, so now the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be Aquarius. Aquarius, 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 Aquarius. Hello, my gorgeous Aquarius. And now listen to me very carefully. Somebody is going to try to trick you into something. I'm sorry. I know I'm warning you again, but please be careful. There is a person that is going to kind of be having a very heavy mask around you, very dark mask around you, very thick mask around you. And I don't like this person. This person is very naughty. This person is very charismatic. This person is very sexy. This person is very attractive. This person is very interesting. Listen to this. This person is very I don't know, like quirky and amazing, but also very bloody selfish, like very, very selfish, like not really good. And it's just like, oh my God, if I would go out with somebody like this, I would be screaming, honestly, because I can feel this person. I can sense this person. Somebody who's very like charismatic, like super charismatic to everybody else, but when it comes to them, their life, when it comes to their emotions, when it comes to their emotional life, this is when you see that there is something not quite right with them. This is when you see that, when you know that something is not quite there, you see, because they just react to somebody who they love so much in a completely different way, in a completely bizarre way. And that huge part of someone that you can't understand gives you and puts them in a certain perspective that you know that there is something not quite right about this person. I hope this makes sense, but this is just that person is somebody that you're gonna have to like kind of be very careful about. I'm sorry, I know I've said this before, and it's just somebody who's having a great determination to kind of like, I don't want to make them really paranoid, but they want to, they're not quite good. They're working on their security and they're working on their power, but they want to take it from you. They want to take it away from your power to give it to themselves. So you just need to be a little bit careful and a little bit careful, and just basically try to keep a lot to yourself. Try to not to discuss like important things. Try to not to discuss like personal things. Try to not to discuss anything that's really, really important, because you will be kind of tricked. You will be tripped into the situation with this, and all you need to do is just be really smart and be very, very be really responsible. And that you being responsible is just going to help you with the big change. It's going to help you with to have a control over a situation. It's going to give you strength, courage and power. This is an important week when it comes to your own spiritual development. This is an important week when it comes to your own karma. This is an important week when it comes to your own spiritual journey. So therefore you will hear something quite no! Emotionally, oh God, I'm being all dark this week. I'm sorry, Aquarius, but I can only tell you why here. Somebody is just going to kind of like, maybe when it comes to somebody's health, you know, somebody's health may like kind of start deteriorating a little bit. I don't want to make you feel really paranoid, but it's just somebody that you kind of like were thinking about, somebody that you know of, somebody that you know about, somebody that doesn't surprise you so much. So it's just like the matter of time when things might go towards that direction. It's only natural. So you will hear about a certain family member or a certain person that means to you so much that is maybe like getting a little bit unwell and their health is a little bit deteriorating, but it's just something that you expected, something that you knew and something that you worried, but you will know that this is also at the same time going to be directly connected towards your own suspension, and this is also going to be directed to towards your own transition and change, because once something like maybe changes there, once something happens there, this is going to turn your life upside down in the best possible way. I'm saying upside down because this is when your rebirth, it's about to start happening, and you will kind of see immediately things that are completely related to your life, related to your journey, related to your direction that you never knew before. But then most importantly, by the end of this week, the whole new option is going to become available for you, and you will know that this is going to be good, because automatically you're going to become radiant, and automatically a huge massive responsibility, it's going to become evident here for you, and this in itself is going to be your own wake-up call. I can't tell you how important this is going to be, and you just need to be really smart, really clever, carry on being smart like and clever you are, and carry on working on your own management. There are a couple of adjustments that you're going to need to pay attention to, and couple of readjustments and adjustments you're going to need to make, my gorgeous Aquarius. But most certainly the things are going to happen as somebody else is also also going to have a wonderful impact and influence on you, but also the most importantly, this is all about the swift activity and sudden progress and change, but it's going to be good progress and a good change. It is so much to do with the fact that you are going to need a little bit of advice from somebody really beautiful and gentle, some certain family member who is very gentle, smart, intelligent. That gentle family member who is smart, intelligent, clever, beautiful, chilled out, it's going to have a really wonderful and life-changing advice for you as well. So you need to watch for this particular family member. On another hand, this is all going to be about a certain gain. Financially, this is going to be ooh la la moment, because there is going to be an amazing financial gain that you are going to have as well. And that is going to be so good. And just remember to share it with the people just a little bit. Give it to somebody who needs. You need to see who needs a little bit of money, who's struggling, and just give it to them. It's so important karmically. I'm not saying that you wouldn't do this normally or anything like that, but karmically I'm saying that this is going to be an important time, because it's going to help you with your own completion when it comes to your own spiritual journey, your karma, because it's going to bring the certain harmony, and that harmony is also on another hand going to make you realize a certain vigilance. You need to be vigilant about a certain direction in your life, but it's going to be quite good. On another hand, this is the week of beauty. When it comes to you chilling out, when it comes to you relaxing, this is going to be a really good week, because I'm sorry, mentally and spiritually, this is going to become seriously like a beginning of an adventure. But spiritually and mentally, it's going to make you feel like really calm, and it's going to make you feel really enthusiastic. And especially when it comes to the last few weeks, this is going to be quite a good week, because mentally and spiritually, you're going to feel very strong. You're going to feel very powerful, and you're going to feel really careless about the things that were bringing you down, the people who are bringing you down, because you're going to have this wonderful, like a mind-blowing determination, and that determination is going to make you feel careless about things that are bringing you down, which is brilliant. And that in itself is going to create a fantastic energy, which is going to become absolutely life-changing starting point for you indeed. This is so good, because on another hand, you're going to feel very emotional in a good way, deep emotional feeling. You're going to feel lots of love. You're going to feel lots of reconnections, and connections are going to become evident. But a certain reconnection with somebody in particular is just going to put a big smile on your face, because you're going to hear that somebody is going to come and see you. Somebody is going to come and spend the time with you. Somebody's going to let you know that it's going to come time when they're coming to see you. So that's why I'm saying the certain reconnection is just going to make you feel like so good. You Aquarius, you absolutely love people in your life. You love people around you. You live for the people that you love, and vice versa. People who love you, and there is someone very special that is going to come through, very special, that is going to get in touch with you, and there's going to be reunited, you two, and that is going to be very strong reconnection, because on another hand, that reconnection, it's also going to help you with a certain problem. It's going to help you with a certain new plan, and that in itself is just going to be something that is going to help you. On another hand, again, give you the certain control, recognition, and an ultimate change. This is going to be the beginning of an ultimate change as well. Absolutely wonderful. What else I was going to say is just absolutely beautiful. There is a task that you've been working on, just to make sure you understand. There will be the moment when you're going to feel a little bit tricky. There is a certain task that you've been working on for a while, and it's going to be a tricky situation you will come across with, when you're going to say, oh no, I can't do this, I can't do this. No, yes you can. Just go for it. Remember that spiritual key I was saying. Take the spiritual key that's around you and just unlock the door by doing how you would normally do, by act how you would normally act. That's all you need to do, and then you're just going to be taken away on that powerful cloud that is just going to do everything for you, you see. So this is so important. Basically, let me tell you something so significant here, that the whole new bright prospect is going to come in, the whole new hope, faith, inspiration, bright prospects, and this is so good, and I can't help you. I can't explain how powerful you're actually going to feel. The certain flower you will see this week again. You see the flower. This is the second week that I'm seeing the certain flower. Certain flower you're going to see this week, and certain flower is just suddenly going to take your attention. Just just make sure you understand this, what I'm about to say. Certain flower, it's going to take your attention. Certain flower, it's going to become a part of your power. Certain flower, it's going to kind of become really strongly evident around you. There is something going to be very unusual about it. There is something going to be very bizarre about it. There's something going to be so super beautiful and super radiant and super powerful about this flower. And it is going to be like suddenly you're going to be you and that flower, you and that flower. There's something going to be unusual, something is going to be different, something is going to be bizarre. Make sure you understand what you're thinking about at the time, because that flower is going to confirm something to you. That flower is going to confirm some kind of issue, some kind of problem, some kind of realization, and this is going to be absolutely mind-blowing. So all you need to do when you realize this flower throughout this week, all you need to realize is, all you need to think is what you were thinking about at around the time. That what you were thinking around the time, it's going to bring you absolutely life-changing balance. And there are two options that are going to become very strongly evident, and you will realize that you need to kind of hurry up. Not to hurry up, but it would be great if you just go for them sooner than later. Okay, watch this space, my babies, watch this space. When it comes to the actual health, you see, you are going to have dry hands and dry feet, so make sure you're using natural creams, body creams and lotions. Please avoid chemicals, please. You Aquarius also in particular have got like a sometimes quite sensitive skin when it comes to the actual chemicals, I have to say. So try to use like creams without any chemicals, try to use the shower gels without any chemicals, and also what else I was going to say is like a B vitamins. You're gonna need the B vitamins. So important. I've seen this before. This is nothing unusual. It's something that you're gonna need for the nervous system. Try to get a natural form of B vitamins, completely organic, natural, without any nasty ingredients, and also detox with the green tea. Detox. Try to drink a detox throughout this week. If you can just have a detox every single day without any sugar, without any sugar, just green tea and maybe a little bit of honey, but even without honey, just a little bit of like organic lemon, unwaxed organic lemon and green tea throughout this week, every single day. Couple of mugs of this tea would be fantastic in the morning, in the evening at least, and it's going to help to flush out the toxins out of the system, and it's going to help you to detox yourself indeed, because it's so good and it's full of goodness. Okay, and if you take a B vitamins that are in a tablet form, then please just go and check with your doctor, with your GP, if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, or if you're on any other medications. But it's something that you're just going to benefit from like there is no tomorrow. Okay, for those of you that are actually in relationship or a little bit of crisis you're going to have this week, a little bit of stroppy, feely in between you two, I think it's going to come through you, because you are you're going to be going through quite a lot. And on the other hand, your partner is going to be going through something very emotional themselves, the certain difficulties themselves when it comes to something emotional realization. You will be quite like busy with your side of the things that you are doing, and that is just going to kind of make you to kind of have like a little bit of like a crisis, a little bit of a conflict in between each other. So if you can just carry on being busy, or if you can just kind of rise above the situation, stay away from maybe arguments and things like that, and that is just going to help you so much and help with the balance, because sometimes the clash is much needed. Sometimes a little bit of conflict is like needed, in order to move on with the certain problems. But this one is just like basically something that it's not too deep, but it's just caused by the temporary feelings. So maybe if you can just like kind of like not avoid each other this week, but if you can just take a slightly different approach to it. Okay, for those of you that are single and ready to mingle, now this is an important week, not to meet someone, not to go to a room with someone, not to make a love to someone, but this is an important week for your spiritual realization, for your spiritual prosperity, for your spiritual progress. Absolutely, because you're going to be highly intuitive, and also most importantly, there's a person that is going to play an important role in you realizing something very important about your own spirituality. I'm sorry, it is not about love this week. It is not about meeting someone really special, but this is even more important because someone very spiritual, very significant, very powerful that you're going to spend the time with, and that you're going to learn something very important about yourself, about your spiritual journey through this person. Very, very important, because you will feel like you want to have your own personal ritual. So there is an important person that you're going to meet this week, and that person is not going to be your lover or something like that, but most importantly, something very spiritual. It's going to happen here. It's going to develop here, which is immediately going to make you realize something really important about your life, and that is just going to kind of become very closely connected to the certain option that is going to become very delicious very, very soon. Okay, the next sign that I'm going to be talking about is going to be my gorgeous Pisces. Pisces, this is going to be like a very important week when it comes to the certain romance. Very romantic week, very beautiful week. So whether you are like a couple, this is going to be absolutely fantastic. You know, when it comes to those of you that are in relationship, absolutely brilliant week, okay? But for those of you that are single, it is just someone very special going to come through, someone very special going to come forward, someone very special is about to manifest here, my gorgeous Pisces, okay? But as I said, for those of you that are actually in relationship, it's also an important moment, an important week, probably one of the most important weeks of your life, because something very important is going to happen here. Very important beginning, very important unfoldment, very important start, but it's going to require from both of you to have a full 100% trust with each other, in each other. Very important beginning indeed, very important start indeed. But the bottom line is a big change is going to happen for those of you in relationship. But it's all about the recognition, and it's all about honor, and it's all about meet people who understand each other, okay? Also, on another hand, you are going to have a really good news about your work, really good news about your career, and really good news about your accomplishment, and that in itself is just going to give you beautiful satisfaction right at the beginning of the week. And there are couple of choices that are going to become available to you this week, okay? When it comes to your work, when it comes to your career, couple of choices. Beautiful promotion is just going to be telling you, hello, my darling. But also, on another hand, for those of you that are looking for work, please keep on applying, because there is something is gonna happen this week. There's some kind of someone is going to refuse you, someone is going to reject you, and that is going to make you feel like a little bit negative, but that in itself, it's going to close the certain door, and it's going to seem like a little bit low, a little bit negative, a little bit dark, but that in itself is going to be absolutely fantastic starting point for you, because this is going to give you great strength and determination to try something different, to try something new. The new news and message that you are going to receive this week as well, it's going to be directly connected to your own performance and to your own achievement. Also, the family member, the certain family member, is going to have a really good news, and they're going to have a very strong progress, very good progress when it comes to the certain stale period of their life and a certain stage that they were focusing on and started doing, and they had to stop for a while and get a different perspective. Now that family member who means to you so much, it's about to get like a whole new perspective, and that is just going to make you feel so good, because it's going to help you to focus, because you will be able to relax, because it was taking a lot of energy from you. And I have seen this before, bless your heart, because you keep on worrying about other people, but now they're getting a very important stage in their life, finalizing, getting better, getting where it's meant to get, and that is just going to help you so much with your own particular progress. On another hand, you will be very confused also this week. In the midweek, there is going to be the moment when you're going to need to make a decision, and you need to be very careful, because now with this decision, you need to be very smart and very clever, and you must not let to get tricked into the situation. You're not going to have a time to go home and spend the whole night, and sleep on it, you're gonna need to make this decision like quite quickly. And all I need to say to you is just think about a new plan and think about a wish, where you want your life to get, where you want your life to go, and what you want your next stage to be. There's the preservation and the vision that you're actually going to have for yourself to this particular situation. And that vision, it's also going to make you feel really active immediately, really optimistic immediately. It's going to make you feel very confident and self-esteem. It's going to be like ooh la la. And also it's going to make you realize an accomplishment. You did a huge, massive accomplishment this week. A huge accomplishment for those of you that are working. Huge accomplishment when it comes to money. Huge accomplishment when it comes to the finances. And that in itself also, it's going to be really, really good for you. When it comes to the actual certain person, it's also about to drift away from your lives. The certain person, you're going to realize there's a little bit of partial loss when it comes to the certain person, a little bit of regret, and karmically these things do happen, certain person is going to drift away. And it's so important because it's just something being incomplete. Certain spiritual journey between you and somebody else is slowly coming to an end, but this is the best thing to do, and this is the best thing to happen. This is the best thing to go through in order to save yourself, because sometimes, certain spiritual journey with somebody else comes to an end. People are not meant to be for all their life in our lives. We're, because sometimes they are, but sometimes they're not. It all depends on our own spiritual journey, and it depends what we need to learn through it or learn from it. So there is going to be very important learning experience that you are going to have through somebody that is about to go away from your life, or somebody that is about, but this is just something that you knew, something that was going on for a while, and something that it's incomplete and it just slowly came to an end. And it's rather to cut it and abandon it and, kind of make a certain decision and just move on. To basically, it's time to move on, and you're going to move on, and it's going to be responsible and a very responsible, very wise, a very smart decision for you to make, for you to do this. In order to have your own satisfaction and accomplishment, you will need to do this, and in order to get your own balance. Absolutely brilliant. On another hand, the whole new determination is going to come through. The whole new determination is going to come forward, and this is absolutely brilliant. If you're looking for jobs, please keep on applying for as many as you can, because this week is going to be incredible. And also, on another hand, there is an option that you're going to have, and it's going to help you a lot with your own practicality and security, and it's going to help you a lot later on in your life. Any option that you have for some kind of saving or some kind of security, it's going to help you so much. A particular option is just going to be literally life-changing here, and that particular option that you are going to have is just going to make you realize, it's all about patience. You're on the right track, you're on the right journey, but it's all about patience. It's absolutely fine. Okay, what else I was going to say is just basically it's an advice from a certain person, certain woman in your family. It's actually going to have a wonderful advice for you when it comes to money. You're going to need a certain advice when it comes to money, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances. There is a certain woman, certain powerful woman in your family, or this is your friend, somebody who is like absolutely perfect life balance, is going to have a wonderful advice for you. And also, please go for it. There is a certain journey that you are going to do, the certain trip or certain journey. This is so important for you to understand. If there is an option for you to book trip or journey, if you can do it this week, it will be absolutely brilliant, because there is an important spiritual connection that you are going to have on this trip or journey that is going to happen, that is going to manifest. So as long as you book trip or journey this week, you don't have to go this week. You can book this week, for example, and you can go like in July 2019, you can go like in November this year, for example. But as long as you book it throughout this week, any day throughout this week, it is just going to be this energy of this strongly powerful week is going to be connected to this journey, and that is just still going to bring you absolutely mind-blowing and life-changing vibrations. So by the time you come back from that journey, whenever you go, as long as you book within this week, you're going to come back with a life-changing decision. You're going to come back with a life-changing an option, and that option is just going to be probably one of the biggest things that you've ever done in your life. But it's a one step at a time. You can go away this week, but you can go away then. You know, it all depends on your spiritual journey. Even when you book this journey trip, you know, this is still going to kind of be connected to your own personal spiritual journey. So it depends because it's all going to happen at the right time, at the right moment, at the right time. Okay, and you are going to have your own personal vision when it comes to that trip and journey, your own personal invocation, and it's your whole new passion and promise is going to be born, and that in itself is going to give a whole new perspective, and that in itself is going to become a brand new beginning. Absolutely fantastic. It is just going to be so significant that you're going to do something, you're going to make something, and it's going to make you feel very secure financially, very secure spiritually, not only for yourself, but what you're going to do is going to be so solid, so strong, that you're going to make your life much better, but also for the generations to come. Also remember to be as adventurous as you possibly can be. Try as many things as you can this week, because there is also going to be an unfoldment of the situation that is going to happen through you being very adventurous, and that in itself is also going to make you realize certain gain, certain advancement, and also a certain recognition about yourself. A powerful negotiation you're going to have this week, and that negotiation that you're going to have this week, it's going to make you feel a little bit nervous, but just be very open-minded indeed, because you're going to do absolutely great. Okay. And what else I was going to say, when it comes to your health, just make sure that you're taking vitamin C, but I would highly suggest to you to take like acerola cherry powder, not as strong as camu, but acerola cherry powder would be brilliant to take in a glass of water every single morning, 1 teaspoon, which is equivalent to 1000 milligrams, and it's going to help you so much with the sensitive gums. You're going to have sensitive lips and sensitive gums, and vitamin C is absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to the actual healing of our gums. And also on another hand, it's going to help you with rejuvenation and with a feeling of tiredness. Okay. On another hand, for those of you that are actually in relationship, this is just going to be so good. Beautiful, 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 absolutely life-changing week, life-changing moment, life-changing option that you are going to have. You're going to feel a little bit indecisive, but very good indecisiveness, very happy indecisiveness, and you will make a really important decision, both of you together, and it's going to be absolutely life-changing. This week is going to be huge for the couples. This week is going to be absolutely mind-blowing when it comes to the couples indeed, because something very, very important is going to happen, and that in itself is just going to become the whole new perspective when it comes to you, your love life, and your loved one. This is going to be amazing. Huge decision will be made. When it comes to those of you that are single and ready to mingle, stranger in the night, na, 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 you are going to meet someone very sexy this week. You're going to meet someone very important this week. You're going to meet somebody very significant this week, and this week, and this is going to be so powerful for you, and an absolutely life-changing beginning of something very special. You will be meeting lots of people this week. You will be socializing a lot this week, but at the time when you feel, this is when the tricky situation is going to be, at a time when you're going to feel very talkative, very open-minded, but at the time this week when you have a little bit of hermit moment, a little tiny bit of hermit moment that is going to last like about 1 day, that's the moment, that's the time when you're going to meet this person. That's the time when this person is going to come through, this person is going to come forward, and it's going to happen, it's going to come at around the time when you least expect it, and it's going to happen at around the time when you have your own hermit moment, so you're going to be very spiritual. It's a lot to do with your own spirituality. When you have a hermit moment, you know, you're very close to your spirit guides, your guardian angels. So someone very, very special is about to walk into your life, my gorgeous Pisces, and prepare to be swept off your feet, because once you meet this person, everything will change. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits, okay? I'm sending you brightest blessings, healing, love, and light to all of you. My gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Okay, love you.